Grief is a natural human response to loss. It is the emotional suffering you feel when something or someone you love is taken away. The pain of grief can be overwhelming. It can feel like you are drowning in sadness. Everyone grieves differently. There is no right or wrong way to grieve. Grief is not limited to the death of a loved one. It can also be experienced with other types of losses, such as the end of a relationship, job loss, or a serious illness. Any significant change in your life can trigger grief. These changes can disrupt your sense of normalcy and security. We often associate grief with sadness, but it can manifest in many different ways. Grief is not a linear process. It can feel like a roller coaster of emotions. You might experience a mix of sadness, anger, guilt, and even relief. It's important to remember that you are not alone in your grief. Millions of people around the world are grieving right now. Support is available, and there is hope for healing. Grief can affect you in many ways. You may experience physical, emotional, and behavioral changes. Recognizing these symptoms is important. It helps you understand what you are going through. Physical symptoms can include fatigue, changes in appetite, sleep disturbances, and aches and pains. You might feel physically and emotionally drained. Taking care of your physical health is important during this time. Emotional symptoms can be intense and varied. You might feel sadness, anger, guilt, loneliness, anxiety, or numbness. These emotions can be overwhelming. Behavioral changes might include withdrawing from social activities, neglecting responsibilities, or increased substance use. It's important to reach out for support if you notice these changes. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to grieve. Allow yourself to experience your emotions fully. Don't judge yourself for how you are feeling. The grieving process has no time limit. There are no set stages that everyone goes through in a specific order. Grief is a journey unique to each individual. Understanding common phases can be helpful. Denial is often the first reaction. It's a way of protecting yourself from pain. You might find it hard to believe the loss. Anger is another common emotion. You might feel angry at the person you lost, at yourself, or at the world. Allow yourself to feel the anger, but find healthy ways to express it. Bargaining is a way of trying to regain control. You might find yourself making deals with a higher power or trying to reverse the loss. Depression is a natural part of grief. You might experience intense sadness, hopelessness, and a loss of interest in things you used to enjoy. If you feel overwhelmed by depression, reach out for professional help. Acceptance doesn't mean forgetting about your loved one. It means learning to live with the loss and finding a new normal. It's a slow process. Remember, you don't have to go through this alone. Healing from grief takes time. There is no quick fix. Be patient with yourself. Allow yourself to grieve at your own pace. Don't compare your grief to others. There are things you can do to cope with your grief and find healing. Lean on your support system. Talk to friends, family, or a therapist. Join a support group. Sharing your story can be helpful. Take care of yourself. Eat healthy foods, exercise regularly, and get enough sleep. Engage in activities that you enjoy. Remember your loved one. Share stories, look at photos, and keep their memory alive. Honoring their memory can be a source of comfort. Seek professional help if you are struggling to cope with your grief. A therapist can provide you with support and guidance. Grief can be a painful journey, but there is hope. You will heal and you will find meaning and purpose again. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel, CM Psychoanalytic Mental Health Perspectives, for more mental health and educational videos.